And hello again, everybody. Jeremy Hartley with you, welcoming you to another video series here. Well, it's not another video series, it's actually another video in the series of MK1 tutorial accessibility for Xbox Series X. Alright, in our previous video, we completed our first lesson. Went through the basic tutorial. The first lesson was basic movement and attacks, and we completed it. Now, I ended the video a little prematurely because I forgot that we have to accept our reward. So I'm going to press and hold the view button in just a second, and we will accept our reward and move on to the next lesson, which is throws and blocking, or blocking and throws, the basic blocking and throws that you'll need to do to defend yourself. But first, let's press the view button and let's accept our reward.
1. Rewards. 250 coins. Currency. A button continue.
Alright, so it tells us that we have some currency coins that we can spend in-game, and we've got 250 of these now. So that's cool. So I'm going to press the A button to accept and move on to the next group of lessons. See, we got some nice little music there.
Continue. A button confirm. Up and down. Navigate.
And now we can choose whether we want to continue.
Retry. A button confirm. Up and down. Navigate.
Or if we go down, we can retry our previous lesson.
Tutorial hub. A button confirm. Up and down.
And the tutorial
navigate.
HUD, that allows us to choose different tutorials. We don't need to do that from here because we can do that in another menu when we're ready.
Main menu.
And
button confirm.
We could move back to the main menu.
Continue. A button confirm. Up and down.
But
navigate.
we actually want to continue here, so we're going to continue and move on to the next lesson.
Blocking and throws. Task 1 of 13. Blocking is your most basic defensive technique, significantly reducing the damage you take from the opponent's attacks. A button next.
Alright, so we are going to... it's funny that they can't decide on whether it's next or continue. Anyway, we will go to the next button here by pressing A, and we'll learn about our first task, which is 1 of 13 this time. The last one had 6 tasks. This one has 13.
Mid-attacks are the most common type of attack, targeting a character's midsection. Mid-attacks can be blocked while standing or ducking. B button back. A button continue.
Alright, so we've got our mid-attacks can be blocked while standing or ducking. That's cool. Very cool.
Block the opponent.
Oh! Jeez!
Right. 1 of 3. Rights. 2 of 3.
Okay.
Right stick player. 3 of 3. Task complete. Oh. Move list.
All right.
A button confirm. Up and down. Navigate.
So let me let me explain this because that was a little abrupt. So I forgot it was going to do that. When I hit the A button to continue, the screen reader began in its little Eeyore type voice. Block the opponent by pressing right trigger. But while he was nonchalantly telling us that, we were getting the snot beat out of us by the opponent. So I had to then press the right trigger to start blocking, and it said 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, and then it said task complete. So let's go through this. Let's go through this again, shall we? So we can hear the screen reader talking. Sometimes repeating the task list by pressing the right stick in, to pressing it like a button, is a really good thing to do. But I'm going to do it while blocking, so I'm not getting the snot beat out of me while the screen reader is talking to me in a very Eeyore nonchalant kind of voice. So let's try this again.
Task complete. Hold U button to continue. U button view demo. Right stick left and right. Navigate instruction text.
Oh yeah.
Move
So that's
list.
another
The
thing.
button confirm. Up and down.
That
Navigate.
is another thing I was going to demonstrate to you is the some of these things you can actually use the right stick to scroll the instructions, which is what I've got to do here, I guess. It's not very consistent though. You can't do that for all of them, I don't think. But you can in this instance. You can use the right stick, scrolling it around, left and right, I guess, to read the instructions. But again, if you don't read the instructions while you're blocking and going through the blocking mechanism by pressing right trigger in this instance, or I guess you could try to move away from your opponent at the same time, but that could get old real quick, I guess. But it's kind of hard to read the instructions and get beat up at the same time. It's a weird sort of psychological thing. I find it very hard to get punched and read instructions and not have my adrenaline kick in and just immediately start blocking and ignore everything else. So maybe that's just me. I don't know, but we're gonna just try these instructions again just so we can hear it. I'm gonna block, but I'm also gonna scroll with my right hand right stick, using kind of moving left and right and seeing what it does. Okay. We're going to go ahead and hit the menu key to unpause the game, and we will go ahead and try this again.
Blocking. Mid-attacks are the most common type of attack. Targeting of characters mid-section. Mid-attacks can be blocked while standing or ducking. Mid-attacks are the most common type of attack.
Wow.
Targeting of characters
You know what's
mid-section.
interesting?
Mid-attacks. Blocking is the most basic defensive technique, significantly reducing the damage you take from the opponent's attacks. Task complete. Hold U button to continue.
Okay.
Button U down.
Well,
Right stick left. Blocking and throws. Task 2 of 13. Low attacks target the feet or lower body. Hitting standing characters that are blocking. You can only block a low attack if you are ducking. The button continue.
okay. So this one, this next task, I went and held the view button down, and we moved on to the next task. So you can tell it's a little bit inconsistent. I would have liked to have heard, even though I completed the task, I would have liked to have heard the instructions again for the right trigger blocking, because I missed it initially. Because if I was a new player, I might not have heard that right away. I know what to do because I've gone through these tutorials before, so I'm telling you guys now that the next blocking that we're going to do is ducking by pressing down on the D-pad and using our right trigger to block. So we're going to quickly do that now. I'm going to press the A button to move on to the next screen.
Block the opponent's low attack while ducking. Hold 1 of 3, right stick, 2 of 3, right stick play, 3 of 3. Task complete. Hold U button to continue.
Okay, so you can hear that. We're blocking by pressing the D-pad down and using the right trigger. Now, you noticed that the screen reader
up and down, navigate.
cut itself off that time when I started completing the task. 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. It was going to tell me to press and hold D-pad down and then use right trigger, but it cut itself off. And the only way that wouldn't have happened is if I would have let myself get punched. In fact, let's go ahead and restart this, and you can hear what I'm talking about here.
Skip task. Restart section.
Okay.
The button confirm. Up and
There
down.
you go.
Now. Confirm. Blocking and throws. Task 1 of 13.
Okay.
Blocking
blah,
is
blah,
your
blah.
most basic defensive technique, significantly reducing the
Now
damage you take
let's do
from
this
the
and get hit,
opponent's attacks.
and let the
button
screen
X.
reader continue.
Mid attacks are the most common type. Block the opponent's mid attack. Hold right trigger while ducking or standing. 0 or 3. Right stick play. Repeat task. New button, new demo. Move list.
So you can
Up button,
tell
confirm. Up and down.
that it told
Navigate.
us what to do, but we had to get hit about 8 times. No, maybe not 8 times, but at least 3 or 4 before he got it out there in his nonchalant way. And I understand kind of what's going on, because I think visually they show the thing. But of course, we use a little different way of doing things, don't we? If we're totally blind and we're listening to something, we process the information, like everyone else does, but we process it in a different way. We have to hear it, and then we hear it. They can just look at it, and it's kind of like flash in the brain. So I don't know. They might have to adjust that. If they were going to really adjust it for us, they would have to adjust the timing as well, so that we could hear it. What they probably could have done is, but it would break the consistency, I guess, of the tutorial, is they could have actually put the directions about what to do in another screen with a continue button, and then you could have gone on and done it. But again, that would have changed the whole consistency of the tutorial, and they probably were not willing to do that, although I don't want to really speak for them. If you're watching this, MK1 developers, if I'm wrong, then let me know. But I have I understand consistency, and I understand the whole development process, and that, and I can understand that layering a screen reader plugin on over the top of stuff is one thing, but also adjusting kind of how information is presented is another. So I guess we're kind of trying to get the best of both worlds here, and it's a process. So just be aware. Sometimes if you want to hear the instructions for the first time, you are going to have to get beaten up for a little bit before you can actually understand what's going on. So, okay, let's. Oh.
New button exit demo.
Oh, come on.
1 of 3.
All right,
right
I gotta finish this task again, don't I?
3 of 3.
All right, there we go.
Task complete. Blocking and throws. Task 2 of 13.
All right.
Low attacks. Block the opponent's low attack while ducking. Hold down. Plus right trigger. 0 of 3.
All right.
Right stick play. Repeat task.
Okay.
New button, new demo.
Here we go.
1 of 3.
We're gonna hold
right
down and
stick
press
play.
right trigger at the
2
same
of 3.
time.
Right.
There you go.
3 of 3.
Okay.
Task complete.
We have completed
Hold new button to comment.
that
Blocking
task.
and throws. Task 3 of 13. High attacks target the head or upper body. While high attacks can be blocked when standing or ducking, they can be evaded entirely by ducking without blocking. The button continue.
Okay, ducking without blocking. Well, I happen to know that this tutorial means that you want to just duck, and we've already ducked. So we're just gonna press the A button. We are gonna duck with the down arrow, the down on the D-pad, and here we go.
Evade the opponent's hot. 1 of 3. 2 of 3. Right stick. 3 of 3.
Okay,
Task
there we
complete.
go.
Blocking and throws. Task 4 of 13. Overhead attacks strike downward from above to hit ducking characters that are blocking. You can only block an overhead attack if you are standing. The button continue.
Now, I will tell you this, overhead attacks are brutal. So this tutorial means that you can block an overhead attack just like we've done before with the right hand trigger, the right trigger, or RT. So we're going to do that, but I'm going to get hit with this few of these just to let the screen reader be able to speak what it wants to speak. And you'll hear that these attacks can sound very, very brutal. So here we go. I'm going to press the A button here.
Block the opponent's overhead attack while standing. Hold right stick while standing. 0 3. Right stick play. Repeat task. View button, view demo.
All right, here we go. We're going to start blocking now.
1 of 3.
There we go.
Right stick. 2 of 3. Right stick play. 3 of 3. Task
There we go.
complete. Hold view button to continue.
Okay. So,
Move list.
there we go.
Confirm.
Now,
Up and down. Navigate.
I've gone ahead and paused this, and I'm now in the menu. But that's going to do it for this tutorial, because we are going to start now getting into things like throws and other things. So I think it's a good idea to split the video. So this video is a little longer than previous ones, but I wanted to demonstrate some of the rather interesting ways that the screen reader interacts with the user. And sometimes you have to take your lumps before you can actually hear what the screen reader is saying very nonchalantly, but that's okay. You get into that habit, it's a little bit easier to do. But it's a little jarring in the beginning. So, next video, we're going to discuss the art of the throw. So until next time, Jeremy Hartley saying so long until we meet again.